Everything you can imagine is real. There's a quiet magic in these words. Everything you can imagine is real. It's a truth so simple, yet so profound, it feels almost impossible to fully grasp. How can everything we dream of, everything we imagine, hold the potential to be real? And yet it does. Imagination is where reality begins. Think about the world around you for a moment. The chair you're sitting on, the clothes you're wearing, the device in your hands, all of it started in someone's mind. At one point, none of these things existed. They weren't real in the way we understand reality, but someone dared to dream them into existence. Someone took a fleeting idea, a vision, and gave it shape, gave it life. That's the power of imagination. Imagination is not bound by rules, logic, or limits. It's wild, untamed, and infinite. It lets us soar beyond the confines of our lives, painting pictures of what could be. For some, it's the spark that ignites breathtaking art or revolutionary inventions. For others, it's a quiet whisper of hope in the darkest of times. But imagination is deeply human, and with that comes vulnerability. To imagine is to open ourselves up to the possibility of failure, rejection, and heartbreak. How often have we kept our dreams hidden because we feared they were too big, too wild, too impossible? How many ideas have we buried because we were scared to believe they could be real? And yet, even in its fragility, imagination is a source of strength. It's what lets a child turn an empty box into a spaceship, or a barren field into a playground. It's what allows us to dream of a better tomorrow, even when today feels unbearably heavy. It's what makes us look at a world full of challenges and still see hope. There's something incredibly sensitive about this truth. To imagine is to care, to feel deeply. It means we believe that things can change, that they can grow, that they can become more than they are. It's an act of courage to dream, especially in a world that often demands practicality and dismisses creativity. But we must not underestimate the power of these dreams. Everything around us, the art that moves us, the technology that connects us, the comforts that cradle us, came from someone who dared to imagine. They didn't stop at the vision. They fought for it, worked for it, believed in it, even when it seemed impossible. Imagination is also what binds us together. It's what allows us to step into someone else's shoes and feel their joy, their pain, their hope. It's what makes us dream not just for ourselves, but for others. We imagine a world without hunger, without hate, without fear. And while those dreams may seem far away, they remind us that reality is shaped by what we dare to envision. So, what do you dream of? What ideas flicker in the quiet corners of your mind, waiting to be acknowledged? Maybe they feel too small, too insignificant, or maybe they're so big they terrify you. But remember this, the world's most incredible realities once felt impossible to someone. Picasso's words aren't just an observation, they're a call to action. They remind us that reality isn't fixed. It bends and stretches to the will of those brave enough to dream. Let your imagination run wild. Imagine the stories you want to tell, the lives you want to touch, the changes you want to see. Dream boldly and don't stop there. Believe in those dreams, nurture them, and bring them into the world. Even when the path feels uncertain, even when the odds seem stacked against you, trust in the power of your imagination. After all, everything you can imagine is already waiting to become real. It just needs you to believe enough to make it so.